うん、俺はもう準備万端だ。
Hello, how you doing?
シミュレーション完了。指揮官、我々が勝者です。あなたたちの時間は僕が制する。あなたの生存確率はゼロです。時の果てで滅びよ。気を抜くのはまだ早すぎます、指揮官。シミュレーション完了。指揮官、我々が勝者です。もう逃げ場はあります。あなたたちの時間は僕が制する。あなたの生存確率はゼロです。時の果てで滅びよ。僕のもう逃げ場はありませんよ。あなたたちの時間は僕が制する。もう逃げ場はありませんよ。これ気を抜くのはまだ早すぎます、指揮官。
Just rank Dark Omniframe, guaranteeing the first recruitment slot. I kinda don't want that, because I don't like playing as Karen. I really don't like playing as Karen. Karen is, not that great. I don't want to take her as first either. Oh man, this lineup is terrible. Yeah, we're bailing on that one. How do I suspend? Yeah, reset that one. It's all bad characters. Alright, let's try that again. Embarrassing. Horrible. Give me an ice. The ice team sucks right now. Ah, there he is. Hey, ask and you shall receive. There he is. Alright. Now we're not going with trial, we're going with the one I cultivated.
Simulation 完了。
Simulation 完了。
我々が勝者です。あなたたちの時間は僕が制する。もう逃げ場はありませんよ。気を抜くのはまだ早すぎます、指揮官。
いつでも戦う準備を。
シミュレーション完了。指揮官、我々が勝者です。もう逃げ場はありませんよ。あなたたちの時間は僕が制する。気を抜くのはまだ早すぎます、指揮官。
No, I don't want to do that actually. Oh man, worst. Worst. Not you either. You'll do for now. That sucks. Oh man, there's a chance to get Bianca. I don't want any of them. Rejects. These pigs. Terabad.
Nanami の前には敵なし。
シミュレーション完了。指揮官、我々が勝者です。もう逃げ場はあなたたちの時間は僕が制する。大したことじゃありません。集中しましょう。あなたの生存確率はゼロです。時の果てで滅びろ。僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。あなたたちの時間は僕が制する。大したことじゃありません。集中しましょう。あなたの生存確率はゼロ。時の果てで滅びよ。 気を抜くのはまだ早すぎます指揮官。シミュレーション完了。指揮官、我々が勝者です。僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。あなたたちの時間は僕が制す。僕の視界からは逃れ、もう逃げ場はありませんよ。もう逃げ場はありません。あなたの生存確率はゼロです。気を抜くのはまだ早すぎます指揮官。シミュレーション完了。指揮官、我々が勝者です。僕の視界からは逃れ、もう逃げ場はあなたたちの時間は僕が制する。もう逃げ場はありませんよ。僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。あなたの生存確率はゼロです。気を抜くのはまだ早すぎます指揮官。
I do not want to use her. Well, I'm gonna hold out. Hold out hope here. Hopeless. The worst characters. Oh man. Won't give me Bianca. All I need is Bianca. Tear this whole thing apart.
シミュレーション完了。指揮官、我々が勝者です。あなたたちの時間は僕が渡します。僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。もう逃げ場はありませんよ。もう逃げ場はあなたの生存確率はゼロです。時の果てで滅びよ。
It's okay, Lee's hard carrying.
気を抜くのはまだ早すぎます指揮官。
Lee's pretty based. He's carrying. Hard carry. He's taking them all out by himself. I don't want ice. Man, these drops. Terrible. Terrible. This is the only good option there. I don't want the rest of this. I'm gonna save it. Shit drops. Bad pulls.
Simulation 完了。指揮官、我々が勝者です。
He's gonna have to hard carry.
僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。もう逃げ場はあなたたちの時間は
Lee, bust the cap.
僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。もう逃げ場はありませんよ。 僕のあなたの生存確率はゼロです。時の果てで滅びよ。
私が全て処理する。
あなたたちの力は僕が制する。もう逃げ場はありませんよ。僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。あなたの生存確率はゼロです。時の果てで滅びよ。僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。気を抜くのはまだ早すぎます、指揮官。シミュレーション完了。指揮官、我々が勝者です。僕の視界から大したことじゃありません。集中しましょう。あなたたちの時間は僕が制する。もう逃げ場はありませんよ。あなたの生存確率はゼロです。時の果てで滅びよ。もう僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。あなたたちの時間は僕が制する。僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。あなたの生存確率、気を抜くのはまだ早すぎます、指揮官。
Come on, man. Give me Rose. Give me what's her name? Bianca. Shit drops. It just won't give me her. Horrible drops.
Simulation 完了。指揮官、我々が勝者です。
Cat gem. Time to get your cat gems.
大したことじゃありません。集中しましょう。あなたたちの私がもう逃げ場はありませんよ。僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。あなたの生存確率はゼロです。時の羽で滅びよ。僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。もう逃げ場はあります。あなたたちの時間は僕が制する。
私が全て処理す
もう逃げ場はありませんよ。あなたの生存確率はゼロです。時の果てで滅びよ。
取るに足りない。私と戦ったことを後悔する。増産
シミュレーション完了。大したことじゃありません。集中しましょう。あなた
私が全て処理する。
もう逃げ場はありませんよ。あなたの生存確率はゼロです。時の果てで滅びよ。
取るに足りない取るに足りないまた刃の一瞬万物を切り裂く。
天下無双優位が独尊。うわあ指揮官この服を破く必殺技。じゃあ天上天眼天道学祭切りだ。
僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。大したことじゃありません。集中しましょう。もう逃げ場はありませんよ。
長めにやらせて。
僕の視界からはあなたの生存確率はゼロです。
ですね。海の底に。
気を抜くのはまだ早すぎます、指揮官。
Not gonna give me any physical artifacts. Not gonna give me
シミュ
any.
レーション
None.
完了。指揮官、我々が勝者です。僕の視界からもう逃げ場はありませんよ。あなたたちの時間は僕が制する。
私が全て処理する。
僕の視界、もう逃げ場はありませんよ。もう逃げ場はありま、あなたの生存確率はゼロです。時の果てで滅びよ。
取るに足りない私と戦ったこと
ターゲットロックオン。最大火力。
必殺技。じゃあ天上天眼天道学祭
シミュレーション完了。もう逃げ場はあり、僕の視界からあなたたちの時間は僕が制する。僕の視界、もう逃げ場はありませんよ。もう逃げ場はありませんよ。あなたの生存確率はゼロです。気を抜くのはまだ早すぎます、指揮官。
Shit, I'd rather take him over her. She really sucks. I don't really want to use Liv Amp either. I'll take Roland. Clown Man.
シミュレーション完了。指揮官、我々
Ah,
は
it's going okay. How you doing?
僕の視界からは逃れ
Waiting
ら
for
れま
my
せん
neighbor
よ。
to pay me. We all know
あ
how.
なたたちの時間は僕が制する。もう逃げ場、
We'll play some
僕
games
の視
while I
界
wait.
からは逃れられませんよ。あなたの生存確率はゼロです。気の果てで滅びよ。
天下無双優
僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。あなたたちの時間は僕が制する。もう逃げ場。僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。気を抜くのはまだ早すぎます、指揮官。シミュレーション完了。指揮官、我々が勝者です。僕のもう逃げ場はありませんよ。あなたたちの時間は僕が制する。僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。もう逃げ場はありませんよ。僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。あなたの生存確率はゼロです。時の果てで滅びろ。
トルに私と戦ったことを後悔。ゾウさんは私と戦ったことを私に傷をつける。いい腕をしてる。
天下無双、優位が得意な。やっつけて。
ターゲットロックオン。
必殺技。じゃあ天上天下天上合体切りだ。
シミュレーション完了。指揮官、僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。あなたたちの時間は僕が制する。僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。もう逃げ場はありませんよ。あなたの生存確率はゼロです。気を抜くのはまだ早すぎます、指揮官。
No, you're just not even gonna give me a, not even gonna give me a physical one now. It's just terrible luck. I don't want Ice. Ice team is the weakest team right now. Ice and Lightning are the
シミュレー
weakest.
ション完了。指揮官、我々が勝者です。
Neither of them have Gen 2,
僕の視界からは逃れられません
Gen
よ。
2 characters yet.
僕の視界からもう逃げ場はあなたたちの時間。
私が連れてしまった。
もう逃げ場はありませんよ。僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。あなたの生存確率はゼロです。時の果てで滅びろ。僕の視界もう逃げ場はありませんよ。もうあなたたちの時間は僕が制する。僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。僕の視界からはあなたの生存確率はゼロです。時の果てで滅びよ。もう逃げ場はありませんよ。
トルに足りない。ゾウさん、今回も良かったが 今度はもっと綿密な作戦を立てよう。
シミュレーション完了。指揮官、我々が勝者です。僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。もう逃げ場はありませんよ。もうあなたたちの時間は僕が制する。僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。あなたの生存確率はゼロです。時の果てで滅びよ。大したことじゃありません。集中しましょう。ここで終わるつもりはありません。僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。あなたの生存確率はゼロです。時の果てで滅びよ。
取るに造成万物を切り裂く。取るに足りない。すまない。もう持たない。
大したことじゃありません。集中しましょう。もう逃げ場はありませんよ。あなたの生存確率はゼロです。時の果てで滅びよ。もう逃げ場はありませんよ。あなたたちの時間は僕が制する。もう逃げ場はありませんよ。あなたの生存確率はゼロです。時の果てで滅びよ。もう逃げ場はありませんよ。気を抜くのはまだ早すぎます、指揮官。
I'm just gonna take him for the heals, because Nanami Pulse sucks. Garbage
シミュレーシ
character.
ョン完了。指揮官、 我々が
He's
勝
not
者で
gonna
す。
do any damage, but at least he'll heal.
もう逃げ場はありませんよ。
He's giving me a lot of really bad stuff right now.
あなたたちの時間は僕が制する。
First time.
私が全て処理する。
あなたの生存確率はゼロです。時の果てで滅びよ。もう逃げ場はありませんよ。
取るんだ。取るんだいない。
ケースを片付けないといけないようだね。
人の刃と万物を切り裂く。
片付けないと長く眠れるから激怒する。目を閉じて安らかに眠れる。
あなたたちの時間は僕が制する。もう逃げ場はありませんよ。僕
私が全て処理する。
時の果てで滅びよ。もう逃げ場はありませんよ。あなたたちの時間は僕が制する。もう逃げ場はありませんよ。僕のもう逃げ場はありま。
私が全て処理する。
時の果てで滅びよ。僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。もう逃げ場はありませんよ。
私が全て処理する。
僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。もう逃げ場はありません。
私が全て処理する。
時の果てで滅びよ。僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。もう逃げ場はあります。あなたたちの時間は僕が制する。もう逃げ場はあります。僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。もう逃げ場はありませんよ。あなたの生存確率はゼロです。時の果てで滅びよ。僕の視界かもう逃げ場はありませんよ。僕の視界あなたたちの時間は僕が制する。もう逃げ場は僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。もう逃げ場あなた
私が全て処理する。
時の果てで滅びよ。僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。あなたたちの時間は僕が制する。もう逃げ場はありませんよ。もう逃げ場はありませんよ。僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。あなたの制
ケースを片付け
私が全て処理する。
時の果てで滅びよ。もう逃げ場はありませんよ。あなたたちの時間は僕が制する。僕の視界からは逃れられもう逃げ場はあります。あなたの
私が全て処理する。
時の果てで滅びよ。僕の視界からは大したことじゃありません。集中しましょう。あなたたちの時間は僕が制する。もう逃げ場は 僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。気を抜くのはまだ早すぎます、指揮官。シミュレーション完了。指揮官、我々が勝者です。もう逃げ場はありませんよ。僕の視界からあなたたちの時間は僕が制する。
トルケースを片付けないといけないようだね。人の眠りを邪魔するやつを。
ターゲットロックオン、最大火力。
もう寝る時間だよ。撃殺の
私が全て処理。
撃殺する。目を閉じて安らかに眠れ。
シミュレーション完了。あなたたちの時間は僕が制する。もう逃げ場はありませんよ。僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。あなた系、
私が全て処理する。
時の果てで滅びよ。僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。もう逃げ場はありませんよ。あなたたちの時間は僕が制する。僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。もう逃げ場はありませんよ。もう逃げ場はありませんよ。あなたの生存確率はゼロです。時の果てで滅びよ。もう逃げ場はありませんよ。僕の視界からは逃れられます。もう逃げ場はあなたたちの時間は僕が制する。
私が全て処理する。
僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。もう逃げ場はありませんよ。あなたの生存確率はゼロです。時の果てで滅びよ。もう大したことじゃありません。集中しましょう。僕の視界からあなたたちの時間は僕がつけて。
私が全て処理する。
もう逃げ場はありませんよ。僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。あなた
私が全て処理する。
時の果てで滅びよ。僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。あなたたちの時間は僕が制する。
私が全て処理する。
もう逃げ場はありませんよ。僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。あなたの生存確率はゼロです。時の果てで滅びよ。僕の視界からは逃れられませんよ。あなたと
私が全て処理する。
僕のもう逃げ場はありませんよ。あなたの生存確率はゼロです。時の果てで滅びよ。
No, please don't have a second floor.
もう逃げ場
So
はあり
much
ませんよ。
health. Ah.
僕の視界から
HP sponge.
もう逃げ場はありませんよ
Hit him with super like 40 times. He didn't die. Come on, man. Why does this boss have so much
時の
health?
果てで滅びよ
Boring.
あなたたちの
I
視
need
界
to
は
have
僕
a
が
second
制する
form.
もう逃げ場僕の視界からは逃
Million
れられませんよ
HP.
僕のアーケード
Die.
時の
Take
果て
like 5 more
滅びよ
runs through his Hyper Matrix or whatever it's called.
進化しましょ
Keep moving constantly.
うあなたたちの時間は僕が制する僕の視界
私が全て処理する
もう逃げ場はありませんよあなたの生存確率はゼロです時の果てで滅びよもう逃げ場はありませんよ僕の視界からは逃れられませんよもう逃げ場はありませんあなたたちの時間は僕が制するもう逃げ場はありませんよ僕の視界からは逃れられませんよもう逃げ場はありませんよ
ゲート片付けないといけないようだね
私が全て処理する
時の果てで滅びよ大したことじゃありません集中しましょう
私が全て処理する
激殺の時間だ
Just die! How much health? How much health do you need? Jeez, man. Die already.
もう逃げ場僕の視界からは逃れられま
This
せんよ
is just because I don't have the grind bits or something. But, like,
あなたの生存
why
確
does he
率
need
は
so
ゼロ
much
です
health?
時の果てで滅びよ
Been through this like 4 times already. He's still not dead.
大したこ
Just
とじゃあり
die,
ません
dude.
集中しましょう何度でも立ち上がります
Whack, man. Why do they give them so much health?
長く眠れる幸せ
HP sponge.
今回は眠るつもりはない
Guess they want you to grind. You can't do this with skill.
目を閉じて安らかに眠
He's not gonna do fuck all for damage.
睡眠が取れそうだね
No, I don't want to don't want to do it. Make him have like 80% less health. Nice. Fair. Just curb stomp everything, and then that boss, for some reason, just has 80 billion health. For no real reason. Artificial difficulty. It's not a hard boss at all. It's just they give him too much health. I guess they want you to go in here. I don't know. I don't like being forced to grind, though. I hate that in roguelikes, and they force you to grind instead of letting you do it with skill. Nope, you gotta grind. Either that or hope that it gives you a good character. It only gave me one good character. Everyone else was garbage. Oh, well, I definitely don't feel like doing that again right now. Let's play something else. Buzzkill. Get that far and then get it curb stomped by a massive HP sponge. Yeah, it's putting out like every time I did that rotation, I was doing like 700k damage. That guy just no sold at all somehow. Great. Artificial difficulty is the greatest. It's weird because it's like the more that you're in that instance, the more damage it does. I'm like, why don't you just leave it like that instead of giving them like 5 extra digits of health? If I had another damage dealer, I probably could have done that, but Lee was the one that had to completely carry. The other ones were doing shit damage. It's pretty whack, though. They don't know how to actually make it hard, so we're gonna make it artificially hard. It's the classic video game way. We're just gonna put a couple digits on their health and call it a night. Hard work. Maybe you're like not supposed to do that fight or something, because last time I did that, he didn't have anywhere near as much health. That time he was just a block of meat. Titanium wall. Nintendium alloy. That's alright though. I don't really need anything in there. It's just kind of fun to do that mode. It's fun until it gives you crap characters. He's the Awakener Forgotten Oaths. The music in this game is terrible. It's like they just typed in epic battle music on YouTube and just found royalty-free. They found royalty-free epic battle music. The music in this game is terrible. I like this game, but man, the music it just screams generic movie trailer music, or like music you would hear in a Marvel movie when they're doing a big battle. It's pretty much what it sounds like. Just drones on forever. This ain't it, man. I wouldn't be surprised if they found like some Creative Commons battle music. It doesn't cost anything, and that's what they used. I do like this game though. This last update managed to fix most of the problems, I would say. I just don't want to do another roguelike mode in PGR, because now I know that either I did something wrong or they expect you to grind, because I also got really bad luck that run as well. I got like only one good character. The only one that could do any damage was Lee. Everybody else was kind of dead weight. That mode is just kind of fun to play casually, but I don't really need any of the rewards in it, because I already have a pretty good account in that game. So it's like, yeah, instead of getting pissed off, I'm just not gonna play it right now. Maybe tomorrow's roguelike stream, I might try that mode again. thing about PGR is, if you spend money on the game, you don't really need to stress out doing that stuff. It's pointless. Those modes are pretty much just there to give the game some variety, and then also, if you're a free player, you can get some stuff if you grind really hard. But if you spend even $5 on the game a month, it's not worth getting frustrated. I kind of like that about that game, though. You don't have to interact with the events if you don't want to. If you support them financially, even the most minimal amount, you don't have to do that stuff. It's like, yeah, this game mode isn't fun. This game mode isn't fun. Yeah, then don't do it. The game is balanced in a way where you don't need to do it. You don't need to do it unless you're a completely free player and you need every single resource. And if you give them a little bit of money, which I prefer, honestly. Played a lot of games like that with really shit events. They're like not fun to play at all. You like have to do them for progression. I think the way PGR does it is pretty nice, actually. Okay, throw us a couple bucks a month. And if you don't like this event, you've already paid for the rewards you would have gotten from it anyway. So, just do the part of the game you enjoy. Games caught my eye next year? Barely anything. Grand Blue Relink, I will play. Tekken 8, I will only play if it has the Musou mode that got leaked. If it has that, I'll play it. Because I've never been any good at any 3D fighters. What else? Under Night 2, maybe, but that game's not going to have crossplay, and it's going to be a Discord fighter, so... I don't know how many more Discord fighters I really want to buy at this point. A lot of other stuff I'm interested in has no release date, so it's kind of hard to really put that much thought into it. But yeah, in the next few months, I'll do Grand Blue Relink for sure. BlazBlue Entropy Effect, full version out of early access. That's a month and a week away, pretty much. So I'm excited for that. That's basically it. That's basically it. I can't really think of too much else. Well, a lot of the games I'm playing right now will be getting major updates, so I'll be playing those for a while. Other than that, probably just backlog. I feel like the game announcements are going to slow down a bit. What samurai game? Oh, Rise of the Ronin? I'm not really interested in that game. Looks like Team Ninja trying, probably failing to appeal to normies. Yeah, I'm not interested in Rise of the Ronin. Well, they've barely shown any gameplay for it. It's supposed to be out in like 3 months. And they've shown like 10 seconds of gameplay, but it's just all the stuff they're talking about, how they're trying to, they're obviously trying to appeal to normies, with like having an open world and like more of an emphasis on story and stuff. And just from the fact that I put like hundreds of hours into their previous action RPGs, easily like 600, 700 hours into those games, they don't have the money or the writers to do that. So, I hope that it won't be too much like an Ubisoft game, with a bunch of useless garbage to collect, and constant cutscenes, and forced walking sections and stuff, but I don't know. Judging what they've said about the game so far, it seems like that's what it's going to be, and I'm not interested. And just from putting hundreds of hours into their other games, I know that those are not things that they are good at. You don't play their games for level design or story. You don't play them for level design or story. You play them because the gameplay is good. You've always been pretty honest compared to other game studios. Okay, we don't know how to write a story. We don't know how to design a level. You know? But if you like just straight combat and gameplay, those games are pretty much unmatched. I don't know. It's kind of concerning. It's like the game is out in March. It's coming out around the time of my birthday, and they've shown like nothing for it. The trailer is almost completely cutscenes. It's always a bad sign. I feel like if you're more confident in your product, you show more of it quicker. Like, no, hey, just go blindly pre-order this game. I'm like, nah, man. Show the game first. Showing a bunch of cutscenes is not showing the game. I'm not pulling $70 out of my ass when you have, like, most of the trailer is just cutscenes. And then, like, the main character does, like, a slash, like, once. Like, that doesn't sell me at all. Far from it. I need more than that. I need transparency in what I'm supposed to be buying. Honestly, I'm tired of how they market games. I'm tired of it. They either announce it too soon, or they announce it in a normal amount of time. That's understandable, but then they don't show gameplay for like 6 months. What's up, Zex? How you feeling, man? Yeah, people are like that Kojima game they announced at the Game Awards. Like, that looks great. I'm like, dude, there's no gameplay. There's no gameplay. It's not even about being an entitled gamer at that point. There's no game. There's no game whatsoever. He got somebody who works for him to show a bunch of faces opening their mouths. I'm like, I'm sorry, it's not advertising a video game at all. It's a movie. It's a low-budget movie trailer. There's no game to speak of. That's nothing. What was that one, like, generic-looking sci-fi game they announced at the Game Awards, and the guy couldn't even tell you what genre the game was. It's like, oh, we're so excited to show this. I'm like, dude, there's not a single second of gameplay in this. Like, I don't even know what game it is. How am I supposed to be excited for this? You don't even have anything showing the game in engine. There's nothing to be excited about at all. Now, if it was a movie, then sure. You showed more than enough. You showed the premise of the game, but you showed the premise of the movie. But it's a video game. It's an interactive medium. Show the fucking game. like guys on stage are really excited to show this. What, your movie trailer? I understand it takes a long time to make games. It's very expensive, but clearly you're not ready to show it. You paid for that much ad space at the Game Awards. There's like millions of people watching. It can't be cheap. You might as well show some gameplay, right? If not, then show it next year. I get so tired of that, man. Like, are you selling me a movie, or are you selling me a video game? Which one is it? They did the same thing with Bayonetta 3, like when they announced Bayonetta 3 at the Game Awards. They announced that game at the Game Awards, and there was no gameplay, because it was later found out that the trailer for that game was like when they had barely started working on it, which is why it took like 4 years to come out. Now, there were some other problems as well, like I guess that game had some development hell, so they weren't like... The version that we got was not actually worked on for 4 years, but still, the reason why it was vaporware for so long is because they announced it when they had like just gotten out of the meeting. Like, hey, we got the green light from the investors to make this game. Let's announce it. That's exactly what happened with that game. That's exactly what happened. I'm like, why are you telling us about this now? You haven't even started. When people are like, where's the game? Where's the game? I'm like, yeah, the reason why you have to keep telling people the game is going smoothly is because you haven't shown anything. You showed absolutely nothing, and you showed it when the game was like barely even out of they barely written a line of code. I'm like, go ahead and take your time. Don't rush the game, but don't tell us about it that early. I don't know, it pisses me off. Especially as I get older. I'm like, dude, tell me about stuff that I can actually, like, plan towards, Making sure I'm at home. Making sure I have the money for it, or the hardware for it, or the console or whatever. Don't tell me when it's, like, 3 years out. I don't care. I'm not interested. I lose interest when you tell me it's like 3 years away. I'm like, cool, why didn't you tell me 6 months before it was ready? Then I would care. It's like half a decade away. I'm like, I don't care about this. I'm glad that the game exists, but it's not in any condition to be shown.
Welcome to the Ace Mind training system.
It's an idea. It's a concept. There's a lot of other problems with Bayonetta 3, but in my opinion, the problems with Bayonetta 3 started the moment that they did that Game Awards trailer, because it gave people... I wouldn't really call it a misguided expectation. They gave people the expectation that the game was gonna come out soon, and it didn't. I'm like, yeah, if it's at the Game Awards, I kind of expect it to be coming out sometime in the next century, but that's not what happened. If they had put out the same game, the exact one that we got, and announced it like the actual Nintendo... Well, actually with that game, it was kind of like... They re-announced the game in Nintendo Direct, and that was like... I don't remember how many months it was. It was like 6 to 8 months. That was like the actual announcement for that game. That was like the actual announcement. Because there was gameplay for one, and there was a release date. So I guess you can just kind of like not count that. You could not count the first announcement, but still, it was like a 4-year difference between the Game Awards trailer for that, which had, basically a worthless advertisement, and then The one that they did at the Direct, which was like the actual announcement of the game. I think one of the best marketing, the best company that does the best marketing and reveals for their games is definitely RGG Studio, because they tend to announce things when they're less than a year away. So they also tend to show gameplay at the start as well. They tend to not catfish you and waste your time with gameplay. Like, they actually show you relatively quickly. They're the people that make the Yakuza games. Historically, they announce them less than a year before they're released, which is like more than that's a decent amount of time to like market the game and tell people about it and advertise it and everything, but then like not have it take 4 years. Yeah, they do a pretty good job with that. I haven't ever finished any of their games, but I do appreciate how they don't waste people's time. They're like, hey, yeah, we've been working on this for 2 years, but we're telling you about it less than a year before it comes out. So there's actually a reason to get excited for it. Instead of like, cool, let me put this in a time capsule. Let me put this game in my will. I'm like, man, I don't care. Let me put the $70 GameStop card in my will so that my descendants can maybe play this game, because you fucking announced it with 0 gameplay. And it's gonna take like 6 years to come out. Like, cool, thanks. DMC5 was another one. DMC5 was kind of a unique case because it was a terribly kept secret. We all knew that it was coming. They didn't do a very good job keeping that game under wraps. I'll give them that. They basically leaked the game themselves, but when we actually got real confirmation that it was coming, it was like a 9-month marketing cycle. The game was announced like with gameplay, and then it was less than a year away, so the hype was warranted. I feel like ever since then they've been like doing the opposite. Like, they announced Monster Hunter Wilds. They did show gameplay for the new Monster Hunter, but it's still like probably a year and a half away at best. Like, I don't know. Capcom with their release marketing is very crapshoot. Sometimes they announce stuff like when it's actually coming soon, and then other times they do it like the Resident Evil 2 remake. I don't know if people remember when that game got announced. It was somebody on the development team. Looked like he literally just got out of the meeting to, you know, get approved to make the game. Like, they just signed the papers to start working on the game. That's how they announced that game. Luckily, the game turned out good. It's not like it didn't deliver, but I don't know why they did that. I think it would have been worse if they didn't deliver. The Resident Evil 2 remake came out good from what I understand, but yeah, that game was totally that same pattern. Like, man, I'm not really hyped for this at all because it's not coming anytime soon, and there's no gameplay. That game was actually, the marketing for that game was very similar to Bayonetta 3. They did that like lame announcement where they like had just barely started working on it, and then it was at like some gaming conference or whatever. They like actually re-revealed the game with gameplay, in-engine footage and stuff.
モルドレッド
I think the problem with the way that they market games now is that indie games are doing the exact same thing that big companies do. They're doing the exact same thing. It's happened a lot. They don't show you any gameplay. I'm like, cool, well, I'm not really interested in the game right now. Have, like, maybe a passing interest in it, but it's not an actual product yet. The Hollow Knight sequel is basically like a meme at this point. Like they announced it way too soon. At least they did have that one like Nintendo Treehouse where they showed gameplay, so they have that going for them, but they're repeating the same mistakes of the big AAA companies, announcing stuff with the logo and no release date. The only thing they did right with that game so far is they have shown some gameplay at least. It's been years, but some sign of life there. It's just the exact same thing, like when they announce like a new Elder Scrolls. They just say like coming soon, like there's no gameplay. Like alright, cool I guess. I'd rather divert my attention to stuff that actually has proof that it's coming out sometime before I'm 60. I don't know why people want to see the Wolverine leak. That's a perfect example of it's not ready to show. I haven't seen it myself because I don't care. It's not something I would play anyway, but like you're not supposed to see prototypes. We're not supposed to see prototypes. They've like just barely started working on it. We're not supposed to see that. It's not at all indicative of like what the game will actually be like when they actually do an official gameplay reveal, let alone a playable demo or anything. You definitely did announce that game too soon, but should be under fire for the way that the prototype is. It's like, yeah, it's a prototype. They started working on the game, but it's not ready to show the public, which is fine. I actually don't really mind it. The video game industry is very secretive of what they're working on. I actually don't mind that at all. Like, I don't really want to see model of Wolverine with no textures, and he can do like one slash with his claws, because that's all that they've done. I don't really need to see that. I'd rather see it when, you know, it's been worked on for a while. It actually looks like something that is $70 quality. Not, you know, they got Wolverine into an engine. They have like a enemy with no textures. Not really interested in seeing that kind of thing. I feel like part of the problem now, it's not entirely incompetent marketing. I think a lot of it is probably a lot of pressure from the console, you know, Microsoft and Sony, because there's still no games on those platforms at all. There's no games. There's no games, so they're trying to announce that games are coming, even though none of them are anywhere near ready to the point where you would want to make an educated purchasing decision, like go drop $70 on it. None of them are in that condition at all, but I feel like COVID has made a lot of the game studios blow their load too quick. 2024 seems like it's going to be as packed as this year, but I predict a lot of stuff is going to get pushed back, so I don't think there'll be as much of an onslaught of really big games like there was this year. Next year is starting off pretty strong. There's like a lot of stuff coming out. There's action games, fighting games, 2 turn-based RPGs. You know, pretty much covers all the bases for like mainstream appeal. But I don't think it's gonna keep it up. I think a lot of stuff's actually gonna get delayed. Yeah, the Blade game is a perfect example. They showed no gameplay. I'm like, dude, I'm not interested in this product at all. Because it's barely a product. When you announce the Blade game like that, what it is it's a fucking CG trailer for a movie instead of an actual video game. Because there's no proof that there's anything resembling a playable build. I can't get excited for stuff like that. I don't care. Yeah, Relink is another example as well. The thing about Relink is they actually did show an acceptable amount of gameplay. It just kept getting pushed back. It never had a release date for a long time. Yeah, that game is kind of a classic example. It's not like this big AAA masterpiece. It's got some money put into it, but it's not like a megaton like Spider-Man 2 or God of War game or something. But the marketing is very similar. Announced way too soon. To give people expectations that it's going to come soon and it's nowhere near ready. Oh, the Blade game is made, but it's not made by Insomniac. The state that the Wolverine game in has no bearing on the Blade game. It's just they got the bright idea to announce it with not a single frame of gameplay. So a lot of people aren't really talking about it. I'm like, yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. There's nothing to even speculate when they don't even show you in-engine gameplay. Unless it's like an established franchise. You know, to be fair, the first announcement for Bayonetta 3, the shitty one with no gameplay, at least they showed some stuff. There were some things to speculate about at least, but still nothing gameplay focused. It was all just about the story. The story of Bayonetta 3 was terrible, so I'm glad I'm not that into story stuff. That game's story was abysmal. I really regret watching the cutscenes for that game. There definitely are some games where I'm like, you know, I'll actually watch the cutscenes. And you know, I'm mostly a story-oriented gamer. I'll give the cutscenes a chance. I'd say the past couple years, games that made me really regret watching the cutscenes was Bayonetta 3 and Tales of Arise. The story in those games was awful. And I wanted to give it the benefit of the doubt because I really liked the previous games. I'm like, no, in hindsight, I should have, or retrospect, I should have not watched those cutscenes. Especially Bayonetta 3. Bayonetta 3 more so than Arise. Arise just had the problem of really shitting the bed narratively towards the end, and then had Xenogears-itis, just like they ran out of money. So even if you were invested in the story, which a lot of people were, the way that the story was told was really bad. It just kind of totally is obvious that they had no more money. I don't know, Rise isn't bad if you don't have anything to compare it to. That's why they have what we call Arisers. People who think that Arise is great, mostly because they don't have anything to compare it to. But the problem with Tales in general and its public perception is that the graphics have always looked like a generation behind every other JRPG that's out at the time. Maybe with the exception of, like, Persona. Persona 3 and 4 still looked way worse than the Tales games that were available at the time, but they took that part seriously, and I'm glad that they did. I've never really played the games for graphics, I really only play them for the gameplay, but the Rise is just in a weird spot. Anyone who says it's completely terrible is kind of not really telling you the whole picture. There were a lot of things I really liked, it's just none of them were the gameplay. And no matter how you admit it, for a Tales game, the gameplay matters a lot. But outside of the gameplay, there were a lot of things I really liked about that game. Not having to grind for grade was nice, you know, the graphics were nice. There was a lot of quality of life, like having no missable side quests anymore, because that's like the biggest thing that's hard for people to get into Tales, is having stuff that's missable for like no logical reason. They got rid of all that stuff as well. There are a lot of good things about that game, it's just not the gameplay. Which I think is still pretty bad, but a lot of stuff that they really neglected about making those games appeal to a wider audience. They did put a significant amount of effort into. And, I don't know if anything good will come of it, but it's like, yeah, the graphics should have looked like this ages ago. We shouldn't have had stuff be, side quests be missable, like random NPCs that don't mean anything. You know, it should have been like that 10 years ago. It shouldn't have taken this long, but they at least acknowledge that it was an issue. I'll take what I can get. Just like Yakuza. Yakuza is kind of the same way, because they had, like, stuff that was always really annoying about those games, like, every time you went into a building it had to load. And then, like, you could only skip, like, the pre-rendered cutscenes and stuff like that, and then when they did the new engine, they got rid of all that, right? You could just go straight into a building like real life, instead of having a transition, and then they let you skip every cutscene, so replaying the game was, you know, more about stuff you missed in, you know, the combat or enjoying the upgrades and stuff. Yeah, Tales took a lot longer to get to that point. The only time they started taking polish like that seriously was Arise. I feel like the people who were in the charge of those decisions did a very good job. Tales has always been like, you can't get that kind of gameplay anywhere else, but then everything else about the game feels behind what else is available. You can't really compare, like, Tales of Graces and then FF13, which are out pretty much the same year. Even outside of cutscenes, cutscene models, FF13 just looks immensely better. Same thing with the Xillia games. The Xillia games came out around the same time that the Final Fantasy XIII trilogy was coming out, and they definitely looked a generation behind, for sure. I'm gonna go ahead and call my neighbor. I'm starving. I don't have money for food right now, and they're supposed to pay me. So I'm gonna go ahead and mute the mic. Let me play some music and try to get a hold of them, because my stomach is churning. That's why I got the little donate thing in my chat. Let me put some music on. Let's see if I can get down to the bottom of this, because I have no money. They really need to pay me. They said they were going to pay me today. but you know that doesn't always happen. So my IRL hunger bar is very low right now. Let's see if I can do something about it. So give me a sec here. I think I've been patient enough. It's almost 3 o'clock.
行くのね。誰にする？缶バッジね。
行くぞサイクロン。
嘘。
味がしない。出たな。
By the way, I don't know if anyone's still here. There was a long break, but excuse me. I was trying to preserve the DLC for this version of the game, which apparently got delisted like 2 days ago. So this game came out around the time that the movie did, so it was like March or April. And it had a season pass with collab stuff. So they had Evangelion, the robot from that, original Ultraman, and then Godzilla. So I'm guessing it might have been like a Jump Force type thing where, you know, one license holder pulled out and they couldn't sell it anymore. But yeah, this game's DLC is lost media already. we're not even out of the release year yet. I mean, kind of barely are, but the DLC for this was up for like 8 months. So for this to be preserved, somebody would have to have already bought it in the past 8 months or so and then put it on the internet. Otherwise it's lost media. Which really sucks because it like doubles the roster, it adds 3 new levels. It adds a significant amount of content, but I just found out this morning, a couple hours ago before I started streaming, that it already got delisted. So I don't know what's up with that, man. Like, you could have just... I get that they wanted it to be a tie-in with the other remake movies that they made. Like, they did one for Ultraman and Godzilla. But, like, if you're not going to be able to sell the DLC for more than 8 months, then why don't you just put other Kamen Riders in the game? Makes more sense. Yeah, the DLC for this is gone. It's, lost. Except for people like me that had the hindsight to back it up. I just found that out this morning. My mind was blown. Like what? This game came out like 7 months ago. How was the DLC already gone? Especially when you consider it took like a month for all the characters to come out. I don't get why companies do that. Like, don't collab with licenses and IPs that are gonna pull out so quick. One Piece, I mean not One Piece, but Jump Force, they had like such a huge marketing thing around that and it got delisted so quick. Yeah, I saw that coming. Can't have that many licenses in one game and have it stick around for more than a year tops. But yeah, my title refers to the fact that I tried to take the Switch DLC and put it into the PC version, but I couldn't get the game to load. I extracted the ROM FS from my legal dump and tried to put it in the folder for this, and the game wouldn't load. So hopefully I can get down to the bottom of that. But yeah, it's lost media. Probably the most recent instance of something I bought being delisted. It's like when the Ninja Turtles game from Platinum came out. That was only up for like 9 months as well. And the availability of a pregnancy period. Oh well, if I can get the dump to work, I'll definitely tell people how to do it. PC version of this is region locked, by the way. Can't buy it. Can't buy it unless you're in Japan or Southeast Asia. Taiwan as well, I think. Which also, the other thing about this game that makes no sense is the movie. The movie was available here. You can actually watch it on Amazon Prime right now. You can just go watch it right now. Why do you have a license for the movie, but not... But you have the license for the movie, but not the game that's supposed to be a tie-in. I don't know, this game is just a mess. The rights for this game is just... I can't even describe how screwed up it is. Like, if there's one Kamen Rider game that you should bring out everywhere else, it's the one that's a tie-in for a movie that actually got released. Here, legally. I need to make a post about this. See if anybody's, like, got the DLC. Stupid, man. Why don't you just put, like, other Showa riders in this game? Like, put, like, V3 and, like, Amazon and shit. Why don't you just put them in the game? And then you could continue to sell it. I knew that the DLC was going to get delisted eventually, but I didn't think it would be this quick. That must have been a really, really dirt cheap agreement that they reached. Less than a year. Exclusivity rights for video games are like generally a year. This was less than that. I wouldn't be surprised if it was EVA that pulled out. Evangelion rights owners probably pulled out. They don't have a new Godzilla game right now. Godzilla Minus One just dropped. If they would want to have that relevant. And I seriously doubt it was Ultraman, because Ultraman has been in a number of indie games lately. He's in Gigabash and Override 2. The actual Ultraman is in those games. So I don't think Super Raya would do it. Cause them to stop selling it. I really think it's EVA. They pulled out. Seems like with Ultraman, they like don't actually want to make an Ultraman game, but they're cool with it being in existing like Tokusatsu themed games, which is I think cool. I don't know how much money they would really have to make a good game, but I strongly believe that the people who own Evangelion pulled out. And that caused the whole thing to not be able to be sold anymore. just put fucking V3 in the game, man. Probably could have even gotten him back to do the voice. Just had Z Cross in the Kamen Rider Geats movie. Put him in the game. Is happy to come back. Anyway, I think I'm gonna go ahead and take a break. I'll probably come back after I eat. She tends to go over to give me the money in like an hour, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go because DoorDash won't take cash, so I'm gonna have to get off my butt and go get something to eat. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna rest until then. I'm not really. I don't have the stamina to play games right now, especially action games. But yeah, I'm gonna make a video about this, about how the license for this is gone. The license for the DLC, the season pass, is gone, which is just nuts to me. It can't have been Ultraman, and I highly doubt it was Godzilla. Actually, both Godzilla and Ultraman are in Gigabash, which is like a kaiju fighting game. They're both in that game. So it would make sense for them to pull out. Because it seems like their marketing strategy for video games is just to put them in existing games. Like, you know, they'll probably put, like, actual Ultraman in the next Dawn of the Monsters or something. I really think it was the Evangelion license was, like, probably, like, really expensive. And they probably didn't make their money back. So they pulled out and they didn't want to renew. But yeah, this game has it's the first time I can think of an entire season pass that doubles the game's content. Not just the characters, but the levels. Almost doubles the amount of levels. And it got delisted in less than a year. And I just found out about this morning. So, hopefully, later tonight, if we can get the DLC from my Switch dump of the game to work, which I still have access to, maybe we can play those characters on PC. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and rest, and maybe a kitty sitting stream later. I'll see you guys later. Good night. Not good night.